welcome back to a very special Friday edition of the Great Gratu Orlov television program, brought to you in color here on the Great Gratu Broadcasting Network, 24 hours a day. Again, up here on the 7th floor of the Gratu Orlov, not memorial, Gratu Orlov building. Not memorial yet. Well, it's episode 250 something, and we're in the final phase of getting these Golden and Silver Age comics into these boxes. So then we're going to have that done. And then I've got to go and I still have to much bigger job getting all those Bronze Age and whatever ages come after the Bronze Age organized over there in the other room. But a man's got to do what a man's got to do, and that's organize your comic books. So we're going comic book crazy here on the Gratu Orlov channel. What is this crap? Oh yes. This is not, well, I must have two copies of this, because this is not the one I've had for years. It's got some damage up here. It doesn't have the poster, they never have the poster. The apes protesting, because it shows a bunch of chimpanzees out protesting against war, and as a 12-year-old boy, you'd want to put that up on your wall to aggravate your 18-year-old older hippie sister, when she comes in your room and sees a bunch of chimpanzees marching against the war just like she was doing, last weekend. That was I think that's the appeal why so many kids pulled that poster out. Or just it's cool to have apes on your wall, let's face it. Apes on your wall. Just had lunch. So, let's get to it, shall we? Okay. I know what that is. This is the world's finest through the end of the alphabet for the Silver Age collection. Okay, so the cat there, I gotta get him to move because I don't want him to get crushed. Well, Facebook was to remind me of my memories. It's like, would you like to share this memory that happened to you 7 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever? Well, apparently, Pete here. Let's go and shut up, Pete. Hey, Pete. Pete, 8 years ago today, this is the anniversary of the day that I was off at work, and he accidentally closed the door in the theater room up here on the 7th floor of the Gratu Orlov building, and he couldn't get out, right? So he's clawing at the door desperately like he's in an Edgar Allan Poe short story, trying to escape the room. And when I came home, I heard the clawing, and it was almost impossible to open the door because he was pushing against it so hard. It's like, what? He was pushing hard against it. So, open the door and he's fine. And the problem is on the inside of that door was a vintage Warren Publishing 6-foot Vampirella poster, which was tacked up, and it was an original. And of course, the first thing, clawing at the door, he pulled that poster loose from the tacks and just kept clawing it. So it was in tatters. But I have another Vampirella poster that you've probably seen if you're a regular viewer here on the Gratu Orlov network. But that's a reprinting. It's done on a little bit slicker paper, and it says Vampirella at the top. The original does not have Vampirella at the top. the name Vampirella. And that poster, they used to have several copies at Lone Star Comics. I bought it. It wasn't too, in the 80s. It wasn't too expensive then. I think they're probably very pricey now. But anyway, he clawed it up. Recently, I tried to figure out a way if I could kind of glue it back, and, and then laminate it, and it's now I can kind of put it like in a dark corner, hanging somewhere, and maybe people wouldn't notice it, maybe back behind some pinball machines. But yeah, anyway, it wasn't his fault. He was desperate to get out of that room. And anyway, so don't ever put vintage posters on the inside of a door if there's a chance that an animal might accidentally close that door and trap themselves in the room, because you may come home from work to find it shredded. Especially if you have one of those Jack Davis Frankenstein posters. Boy, I covet that so much. It says in the Bible, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's Frankenstein posters," but I have to admit, I do. That's the 11th commandment. Gratu has a longer Bible than the rest of you because Gratu was discovered some tablets in the desert about 30 years ago, and I found not the Apocrypha, but I found several books of the Bible that no one's ever read, so I photocopied them and glued them into the back of my family Bible. And there's parts of the Bible you just don't know about. Bet you didn't know about the comic book collection that Jesus had. They never mention that in the regular New Testament, but it's in mine. Enough of this blasphemy, but someday I'll do a sermon. So, every so often I look on Zillow and the real estate for houses, and there'll be a church for sale, that just moved on, whatever, and there'll be a church, 100-year-old church, and you can live in it, and then you've got this big, you're in a church with stained glass and everything, and I just thought, you could start in YouTube church. Seriously, a church, but the thing they do with churches is they say churches can't talk about politics or they revoke their tax-exempt status. I need to find a church that's willing to discuss the desperate situation we were in. Yesterday, on the whitehouse.gov website, which by the way has got all these downvotes, anything they put up, they took everything of Trump's down and put up only Biden stuff, and there's like 50 million dislikes, and just a few likes on all the videos, so they're thinking they're going to have to maybe disable that. But there's one video that goes on for an hour and a half. They always have an hour and a half of just the empty podium, and then Biden will shuffle out, right, and talk for 15 minutes. And then, anyway, they have like a 2-hour feed up, and it's unlisted. You have to know the exact link to get to it. But someone showed me this last night. Biden just talking, boring everybody, and probably no one even heard, very few people heard it, because you can't stay awake, 5 minutes into one of his speeches. But you hear the voice of Hunter Biden. It's somehow the feed, it's louder than Biden's voice, and he's saying something about, my life, come to the point in my life where I accepted a plea sentence, and blah, 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 and then it kind of fades out, and then it's just like people say, Hunter Biden's going to take a plea sentence for his crimes, and somehow it got leaked over the audio of Biden's speech, and that sounds like some sabotage from inside. People that aren't liking him too much. Okay, so what am I doing here? Okay, I never went into box 4 yesterday, did I? I don't think I did. Okay, so what does this box have? I told you I wouldn't talk about politics. Oh, no, I did too. That's the one that starts with Dragster Hot Rodders. Okay, so I need to go into box 3. This is the shitty brand, BCW. They make shitty boxes. And look at the damage the lid has. Very weak. I don't like the way they're constructed. Okay, this is the box that starts with Giant Batman and goes through Doom Patrol. It ends with Dracula, the superhero Dracula from Dell. So what can I put in here? Oh, I got a bunch of stuff I need to put in here. A bunch of stuff. Alright. Start with Daffy Duck. Oh, this box is just shit. Look how you pull it and it's just crap. BCW, I gotta make sure whatever stores carry that product line, I need to, absolute crap. Daffy Duck. Oh, man. Daredevil. Okay. Here's my childhood copy of Daffy Duck and Roadrunner. This must be one of the first comics I ever bought because it's 15 cents. And that era was ending. Okay. Creatures on the Loose. Moomba is here. Look at that. It doesn't have a backing board. I gotta get. Today's the day. There's 2 copies of Moomba is here. That's issue 11. Here's issue 10. The Coming of King Cole. I've got to get some boards. It's just cash is real scarce. I get paid next Friday. Okay. Let's get some Dagwood comics in here. Daredevil. Dagwood comes before Daredevil. Daffy Duck. Dagwood. Okay. Yeah. This is Dagwood number 21 for those of you keeping score. And it's a Harvey comic. And then this is also a Harvey comic, but it has the more traditional Harvey Jack in the Box. Okay, so Daredevil. I've got a really lousy comic. This is the earliest Daredevil I have is 25. You know, and then I've got like 27. Then I go to 39, and I love Daredevil. And Daredevil was affordable, you know, I could, somewhat affordable, 40. $52. Oh, it's got Black Panther. I'm specking on that one. 53. Apparently they've already shot some courtroom scenes for the new Spider-Man movie with Matt Murdock. Same actor that played him in Netflix, but Charlie Cox, I think. But I'm not sure. People don't know if he's actually gonna suit up as Daredevil or not, or just be a lawyer for Peter Parker or something. 66. 67. Everyone always makes fun of Stilt Man. Let's see, 68. I mean, I guess I don't have a terrible Daredevil collection, but I'm ashamed of it. Here's 77. Spider-Man and Submariner. 78. And shit. 80. And I recently got this. Okay, then I got DC Special. DC Special. Okay. DC Special, D-Day, Dennis the Menace. Well, here I have Dennis the Menace 23. It's hard to explain how dearly I loved Dennis the Menace as a child. And the one I want to file in is actually earlier, number 20. I still love Dennis the Menace. What I hated was the TV show with Jay North. But luckily I never was exposed to that show when I was a little kid. That may have put me on. I don't know. Because I don't like that kid. I don't like his personality. I think he's just really annoying. And was way too old to be playing Dennis the Menace too. So that made it extra creepy, like he was like a mental patient. No wonder Mr. Wilson hated him. I would have put a bear trap out to keep him from getting in my yard. Hey, Mr. Wilson. Golly gee whiz. Okay, I'm trying to... Damn, these numbers are hard to read. Curse you, DC. 380. These damn little things get everywhere from the bags that you pull the little thing off. I gotta put them in the trash. I gotta do a better job of that. Okay, 380. That's the face everyone makes when they see those Hunter Biden videos. Okay, 387. 387. Oh, 403. Isn't that a cool cover? So we got to get 392 in there. Ooh. 403. Okay. 424. Okay. What else do I have? This is one of the coolest big band songs. It's like oh, it's so great. I love the echo and everything. I'd never heard this song until relatively recently. And I'm a big fan of big band. I like all kinds of music, well, most kinds of music. I'm not gonna say all kinds. Okay, Cave Kids. It's going in before Challengers of the Unknown. Chamber of Darkness will go. It's gonna be after Challengers. Oh, wow. See, this helps me see what I own, so I will not make these boo-boos again of buying things over and over again. Chamber of Darkness 6 with the Funhouse. Okay, I gotta get that in my memory. Don't rebuy number 6. Number 3 is something when you really look at it, you realize some idiot's written 15 in the middle. In other words, I guess they were selling this 15-cent comic for 15 cents, so they wanted you to see, yeah, it's 15. So I probably would have to upgrade that at some point. That'll never happen, but it's nice to say it. Chili, Millie's red-headed rival. And a moment of sometimes I don't get the tape looping just right and it gets stuck because I never have mastered that. A moment of reverence for the very first comic that I ever purchased, that I ever owned. This is not that actual physical copy, which no longer with me, but this is when I bought it at a later time. But yeah, this is from 1969. It was my very first comic, and of course I loved trains because my oldest brother, Stephen, he collected mainly in-scale trains and was always making layouts and always buying Model Railroader magazine, which I love to get my hands on. Conan, Daffy Duck, creatures on the loose, and that's where crime does not pay will go. Oh, and then I gotta get Cave Girl in here. My beat up copy of Cave Girl. Calvin and the Colonel. It's so kind of weird that he's reading a girly magazine. Okay. Captain America. Oh, look, he's fighting Satan's angels. Cave Girl. Cave Girl. Cave Kids. Cave Girl goes before Cave Kids. Oh, we got some Caspers. What you doing on the moon, Casper? All right. There's a early Casper, number 19, I think. I feel like I met that eye doctor. Optometrist. Casper 69. See, that's where it's hard to read, man. You gotta admit that's hard to read. 43. Okay. So before that, Casper. No, that's Double Kids. What? Where did I put the? Oh. Casper 159. We're into the 15-cent era. Oh, I love this cover. I'm going to have to, when I get my comic book wall someday, I'm going to have at least one little whole row of train covers, and this is a great one. And I'm going to have this right next to Choo Choo Charlie. And I got 2 copies of it, actually, because I can't see that cover without... I have to have it. Do I have it? What if I don't have it? I better get it, just in case. I suppose that's what I was thinking. Oh, shit, this song will get me copyright flagged. Let me turn this shit down. Copyright. I will talk over it so you can't hear it. You can't hear the song. 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 Can't hear the song, can't hear the song, can't hear the song. Come on, fucker, where's the volume? Shit. Can't hear the song, can't hear the song. Copyright, please, can't hear the song. I can't hear that song on Broadtooth's channel. I can't hear that song on Broadtooth's channel. Algorithm, go away. Let Broadtooth stay another day. Broadtooth, baby. I need to vet these discs better. I need to make sure I have copyright free. Oh, that's what I got to do. I got to have the Space Goblin handy, so when a copyright song comes on, I got to have him or her start screaming so you can't hear it. Oh boy, I'm probably screwed now. This video is gonna go into the shithole of history. Yes, goodbye to Grotto. Who mourns for Grotto? Playing I'm sure that song, hopefully it's one that's only copywritten in Iran, North Korea, Syria, and Cuba. Ah, shit, fuck you, BCW. This box, I pull it and it just... You pull the box, this cardboard should be double. You pull it and it just buckles. Ridiculous. Casper 160. Casper. Casper and Nightmare, Casper and Nightmare, Casper. 136. Okay, I think I'm okay now. Let's go up. Turn the music back up. Because the music keeps me going. Without music, what is life? Come on, where's the volume? Come on, volume. There we go. Alright. Ouch. I see my wife is calling. I'm going to probably have to sign out here. Let me get these Caspers in. I'm going to go down and see what's up. What's going on? Casper 159. I'm trying to get as much work done as possible because my friend always comes on Friday nights and stays in this room, and I have to get everything picked up. But you've heard me complain about that before. Okay. 163. Yeah, there's a lot of moon covers because the Casper had some kind of deal with NASA where they put him on the side of the spaceship or something. I don't know. And there was a 45 record. What You Doing on the Moon, Casper? You could get that from the ad in the comics. You ever hear that the Statue of Liberty is actually supposed to be a man? Can you imagine? 2337. I don't know who this Sandra is, but I got a lot of comics from her collection. Whoever Sandra is, or Sandra's kids, must have sold these comics to Duncanville Books, where I picked up a lot of comics that belonged to Sandra. Devil Kids. Might be a good name for a heavy metal band. Dennis the Menace. Deputy Dog. Dennis the Menace. No, I'm Devil Kids. Devil goes after Dennis the Menace. The devil went after Dennis the Menace. He's looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind. Let's see. 38. Devil Kids. 38, which was this one. Oh, jeez. 32. Dinosaurus. Doctor Strange. This is when Doctor Strange had a mask for a little bit. Dr. Solar, Man of the Atom. Donald Duck. Dr. Solar. Dr. Dinosaurus would be before Dr. Devil Kids. Dinosaurus. Doctor Strange. Oh, Diver Dan. Diver Dan. Dinosaurus. Diver Dan. Watch Diver Dan on YouTube. Doc Savage. Doc Savage. Doc Savage. Doc Savage. Would go before Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange teaming up with Spider-Man number 179. Really is taking over the numbering from Strange Tales. Okay, I got that in. So I think I need to go see what my wife needs. She probably needs me to go get her some lunch. So I will be back. Be seeing you.